Hi there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general angel reading for the week of May 16th through 22nd of 2022. So just one more minute here, and we'll get the rest of your cards out. From the first deck there, they just came out just lickety-split. So that's pretty entertaining. And here we go, getting the rest of the cards. Almost here. So it is May. Mother's Day is over now. Things are. It's kind of funny this year because it feels like the world in general. The effect of spring, right? Things gather new energy, and they germinate, and they sprout, and they begin to grow. And it feels like that has happened multiple times this year. And so, partly I think that's weather related, but partly that's the energy. That's what's causing the weather to do that. And so it feels like yet again another sprouting time, right? Okay, let's see what your cards say here. Okay. It's pretty good. This is pretty good. This is, it's a big week for you again. The number one thing for you to know, to keep in mind, to remember, is that you are gifted. You are uniquely talented. It's like part of you is like, oh, I really want to do this thing, but I'm just not sure that I can do it. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. You don't have to get cocky and arrogant and that kind of stuff. But do notice how brilliant you are. How you often think, oh, if I was doing that, I would do it this way. And I know from past experience that would actually work. It would be effective. Now, occasionally what you're thinking is, a judgment about the person who is actually doing it right now. And so your angels want you to just kind of keep in mind that person is probably doing the best they can, and you sitting in judgment of them has nothing to do with them. What they want you to do, though, is to really notice your own skill, your own ability to handle so many different things, and the knowledge that you have about them. Partly this is experience, but partly this is your gift, and not everyone has it. So noticing that and acknowledging that is your gift, and not everybody can have it, because if they all did, it wouldn't be a gift. It would just be the same. And so these things like that you have noticed already is what I'm being told. You already know that you're very good at those things. Celebrate that. Make the most of that. Make it so that you build on that, instead of shying away from it and going, oh, but I was taught not to toot my own horn. That's a long time ago. It's outdated information. Time to start fresh. Get rid of that old belief system. If you don't toot your horn, who will? And again, no arrogance required. This is just fact and confidence. So, you are gifted. And you should be the first one to know it. Okay. Okay. Drink more water. Even just now when I said that out loud, now suddenly my mouth is dry and I'm like, oh, I'm thirsty. I need some water. And I wasn't feeling like that before. This is a thing, some of you don't even realize that you're thirsty. Drink more water, and okay, get a jug, like a pitcher, and put 8 to 10 glasses, like 8-ounce glasses of water in that jug in the morning. Add about maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon of sea salt and stir it up. And drink that all day long, so that before you go to bed, that jug is empty. And you will discover that there are still times you feel thirsty. It will shock you to the core, but that's how that goes. And that's way more than you've been drinking. Yeah. So you need to drink that much. And don't forget the salt. It really, really helps your body take up the water instead of just going right through. Helps your cells take it up. Okay. All right. Do that for yourself. You'll feel better. You'll think better. All the electrical impulses in your body fire better with appropriate hydration. Okay. Now, there's something here. Okay, so let's go in this order, they're saying. All right. Be creative. It feels like you do have projects on the go. You do have things that you are regularly creative about and with. You don't live in your left brain. You live as much in your left brain as you have to, and then the rest is your creative brain, right? And so that's good, and they want you to keep doing that. Some of you have been ignoring that. Okay, that's why this is here. Some of you have been neglecting that part. You're aware, it feels like you're aware that this is a key part of you, but you haven't had either, the resources or the time or the something to act upon it, to do the artistic creations. And so the message here is that you will feel so much better if you do it, even when you're tired and you just can't imagine adding another thing to your day. This will fill you back up and make it so that the rest of the day is much more tolerable until you can stop doing that other thing. Okay. Yeah, don't neglect this side of you. This is a key part of you. Okay. Now, there's something here where that it's kind of where your path is going, where your life is going, and you know what you want. It's like you're continuing to do something that you don't really want to appease somebody else, or maybe even yourself. Okay, it's also to make sure that you know for your own self that you did everything you could, that you tried everything. The time is very fast approaching. If it's not here already, the time is very fast approaching that you need to acknowledge what you actually feel like, and that you're only doing that for somebody else, or mostly. And so whatever it is that you'd rather be doing instead, it's time to look at that, see what that feels like. How would that actually play out in life? How does it feel? Right? What does it say? Listen to your true feelings. Don't let others talk you into doing something that you know is wrong. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be, like wrong, like, immoral or illegal or whatever. Although definitely you want to stay true to yourself in that way. Your integrity and your values, all those things need to stay intact. It feels though like something that you're doing with your life or in your life, something like that, that it's just over. Hello and goodbye. It's like that cycle has ended, and you haven't moved on yet, and you could wait a little longer. There's no calamity either way, but admit to your true feelings about that. Admit what you actually want, because that will really help you when you're heading into this cycle that's ending and something new that's beginning. I would say the new thing is very artistic and creative, right? Is how that feels to me within this reading. And so there's no shame to ending this thing, like whatever, listening to your true feelings and letting the old thing just be over. That's the goodbye here. And the hello is the new thing. And this is how life goes. Life is in cycles. Some cycles are long and slow. Others are quick and they peak and they're gone, you know. And there's many, many of them going on all at the same time. But whatever this is, it's time. Something is finishing for you. And it's time to embrace the new thing. Okay. And yeah, you can trust, absolutely, you can trust that you're being directed in the right direction. Anything that doesn't resonate with you won't even show up. Right? Like you might think up in your mind, oh, I should do this thing next. If you just can't make that be a go, if you can't make it flow, then it's not for you. But things that do fairly easily, you know, they take some lining things up, a little bit of action on your part, a little focus, that kind of stuff. And then things just fall into place. Then you know you can trust it. Anything that doesn't fall into place isn't for you. Now, I know that there's kind of a train of thought there that anything you're willing to be persistent about, you know, that kind of thing, like that you're willing to overcome obstacles and things like that is like, I don't know, a positive trait or something like that. Okay, I get it. But anything that's truly meant for you is, yeah, there will be things you'll have to do. And for sure you'll have to keep your attention on it and things like that. But it won't be truly difficult. Yeah, not for you. I mean, to an outsider it might look difficult. But to you, you're like, no, I'm just going to do this and then it'll be fine. And that's how it feels. Okay. All right, so I have the daily guidance cards here. One last answer. And the answer is the shower of abundance. As you go through life feeling good and acknowledging how you feel and making it feel just the best that it possibly can, now the abundance comes. Beautiful. Well, Gemini, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you more than you can possibly know. And I love you, and I'll see you next time.